This weird experiment tested whether making customers horny would make them spend more money. In other words, they wanted to find out if seeing sexy women affects a man's ability to make sensible decisions about how to spend money. And what they discovered from this experiment was so amazing. It was reported in the Scientific Journal of Consumer Research. To conduct the experiment, the researchers gathered a group of men and divided them into 2 rooms. They showed the first room of men videos of women in bikinis and showed the other group videos of women who were fully clothed. Immediately after watching the videos, the researchers asked the men questions about money and finance in order to measure their decision-making ability. The results were astonishing. During the financial discussion, the researchers realized that the group of men who viewed women in bikinis were making worse financial decisions compared to the men who viewed fully clothed women who were making much better financial decisions. The researchers concluded that being sexually aroused made men more impulsive and interested in immediate gratification, thereby making it more difficult for them to make financially sound decisions. This is why you see sexy women in posters advertising products that have nothing to do with sex. It's because horny men are less analytical and more flexible with their wallet. It's just science. But since we're on the topic of weird experiments about money, this wasn't the only one like this. Brain scientists have conducted dozens of experiments about how emotions, sex, specific words, colors, compliments, and even surprises increase your willingness to spend money and buy stuff. Scientists have been trying to find out what buttons can I push in my customer's brain to make them spend like crazy. In this video, we'll show you some of those crazy brain experiments, reveal what they discovered, and how to use this information to increase sales of whatever product or service you sell. Pay attention because this video can make you rich. Can the simple act of touching a product affect your desire to buy it? The answer might surprise you. A few years ago, researchers conducted an experiment to find out whether touching a product increased the chances that a customer would buy it. The researchers visited shops and recorded how customers felt about products before and after touching the items. The results revealed that, when a potential customer touched a product, it created a feeling of ownership and increased their perceived value of the product. This is why when salesmen are convincing you to buy a car, they make you sit in it or take it for a test drive. Because the mere act of touching and driving the car gives you a sense of ownership and increases your desire to buy it. The lesson here is simple. Instead of letting your potential customers stare at a product, let them touch it, hold it, and feel it. Because touching a product increases the desire for the product. But if touch can affect sales, then what about sight? Can changing the color of a product increase sales for that product? A psychologist ran an experiment to answer this question. In the experiment, he gave people several products in different colors and asked them to rate the products based on various points such as quality, value, and appeal. The results showed that changing the color of the product influenced how people felt about the product, and in turn affected their willingness to buy it. For example, the color red was found to trigger feelings of passion and excitement, while the color blue was associated with feelings of trust and security. Yellow evokes feelings of happiness and positivity. Pink stirs up femininity and playfulness. The trick is to choose a color that matches how you want customers to feel about the product or brand. So if you're selling health stuff, it makes sense to choose green because it triggers feelings of growth and health. Start applying this to increase sales. Now let's move from color to music. Many years ago, researchers in the UK conducted a simple but powerful experiment. They wanted to know whether the background music playing in a shop has any effect on what the customers buy. To test this theory, the researchers run an experiment in a shop that sold French and German wines. On certain days while people were shopping, they played French music in the shop. And on other days, they played German music. The results were incredible. On the days that French music played in the background, customers bought more French wine and less German wine. And on the days that German music was playing, customers bought more German wine and less French wine. The researchers concluded that the music or tune that's playing in a shop subconsciously influences what customers buy. Therefore, if you want to increase sales, you should consider playing some music in your shop or store. However, don't play just any random music. Play something that matches what you sell and makes customers connect with your specific products or services. This next one might be the weirdest experiment on the list. Researchers wanted to find out whether you should speak into someone's right ear or left ear in order to make them say yes to your request. To answer this right or left ear question, they run an experiment in a noisy nightclub. The researchers blended into the crowd and asked people in the club for a cigarette. They spoke into some people's right ear and spoke into others' left ear. According to the results, more people gave them cigarettes when they spoke into the right ear instead of the left ear. The researchers concluded that most people prefer to process information through their right ear, and therefore requests made to that ear are more likely to be granted. Simply put, if you want someone to say yes to your request, speak into their right ear. A practical way to apply this is to sit on the right side of the person that you're trying to persuade. This way you can speak into their right ear without it seeming weird. That's all for now. Hope you learned a new marketing tactic to help you get more customers or increase sales. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.